I didn't forget about what I said in the last video journal thing that I did. Um, as it just so happens, I didn't get a chance to upload again in that 1 week span like I had planned. Instead, I've been busy. So now is when I'm going to get everyone back up to speed and make this second entry. So, anyway, it's been a good couple weeks. Feeling a lot better about myself, and at the same time, I've learned a lot. I've been busy because I've had a lot of things to do. Um, One thing that I'm going to be talking about later on, not today, but at some point in the future, is how important it is to jump out of your safety nets and kind of let yourself free fall a little bit. I'm not talking about that now because I haven't actually done it yet, and I want to be able to come back and say, yes, this worked, or don't do this. But I did learn several other things. So I've been stepping out on my own in a couple different ways and looking for better opportunities. And that's really scary because I've spent most of my life staying where it's safe. And this is the first time really that I've actually stepped out and did something that I wasn't prepared for and didn't feel comfortable with. And it brought a lot of emotions out. And I actually wanted to talk about that today. Specifically, I wanted to focus on this activity that I did. I took up the opportunity to hop on a video call with somebody and talk them through some social media problems that they were having. And I found out when we were talking on the phone that the guy I was talking to had a master's in marketing, or was pretty close to having one. And I felt this insane sense of imposter syndrome. Now, I know a lot of people around the world feel that as well, and I've been trying recently to think about how to deal with that and come up with a way where I could say, yeah, this is, if you're feeling imposter syndrome, this is what you should do. And I haven't found that yet, but I do have some ideas, and I wanted to bounce them off. There were two in particular that I wanted to share today, as well as something else towards the end. So the first one was get away from the criticism. So something that I've noticed in the past couple of days is that several people in my life criticize me a lot. And I don't think they do it on purpose. I don't think they know. But I just started calling them on it. And I started acting on it to prevent that from happening. And it's helped a lot because I feel less anxious. And I feel less belittled in my experience. And that brings me to the second one, which is trust your experience. You know, you may not have very much experience, but you might have some. And chances are your experience brings answers to the table that are different than what we've already been working with. I can tell you from experience that even though I've never gone viral on social media or anything like that, I have worked with social media marketing for the last 5 years. And I've noticed some things that when I go onto Reddit or I listen to people on LinkedIn or YouTube, other people are not doing what I learned. And as I started to contact, for example, this guy on the phone or other people on Reddit, they were blown away like it was this magical thing. And I didn't feel like it was. It seemed so simple at the time. Not saying that to brag. The point is, if you're feeling imposter syndrome, do these two things. One, take action to actually limit the amount of criticism you're getting in your life. Whether that's telling your partner or your friends to say, hey, knock it off, or moving to a different environment, a different space where you're not being criticized as often. Do something. Take it upon yourself to get out of there, because that's a lot of time, at least in my case, that's where the voice of imposter syndrome is coming from, is all the negative voices I've heard in the past ringing back in my own ears, in my own voice. And the second is trust the data, trust your experience. If you have been, I don't know, this is an example that I go to a lot, but if you've been working on cars for the last 10 years, right? Don't listen to somebody if you start to go out on your own and they say, oh, well, I don't think that's right. They might be right, but you have 10 years of experience to either prove or disprove that. Trust what you've done. Anyway, that one was a little bit probably more intense than I wanted for these videos, but the second one's a little bit happier, and that's what I wanted to close on today. And that is, recently, I've been working a lot on finding my tribe. There is a psychologist I've heard about over and over and over again. I have yet to find his name, who talks about ways to help people, specifically men, to overcome addictions, personal bad habits, and mental health problems. And one of the big things he talks about is finding your tribe of people and how important that is. One of the reasons why I wasn't able to film this video last weekend was because I was out with my tribe. And I'll try to put some images up here somewhere in the video to help you see what I mean. I was out with my brothers and my sister-in-laws, my wife, out in nature doing what we love. I love being outside. I love hiking. I love camping. I love fishing, all of that. And on one particular hike that we went on that was way too long, I was not prepared for the 9 miles we ended up hiking that day, me and my two brothers. I realized this was my tribe. These are my people. And that, I would say, is the acid test. If you're sitting around with your friends or your loved ones, now, there are some people that you can't just leave behind. Family's a little bit harder to say, I don't want to be with you anymore. But more than anything, the people you spend your most time and energy around. If you get this feeling like you're not supposed to be there, maybe it's time to find a different tribe. And I've realized the acid test for that is, how do you feel when you're around the people that you're around? Do you feel good? Do you feel at home? Do you feel like this experience is uplifting and helpful and constructive? Or do you feel something else? I can't tell you what that answer means, but I know for me, feeling that, oh, this is where I need to be, these are the people I should be around, was really helpful, because I have never felt like I've had a tribe in my entire life. I was jumping between friend group to friend group, social group to social group, basically from the time I was 11 until I'm 27 now. And that really sucks, because you never get kind of a deeper connection. And you can when you find those people. And that doesn't mean those are the only friends you can have. You know, it's my two brothers, so that might seem like not enough friends for some people. Those tribes can grow, but the point is to find that group of people that you are comfortable with, that you can grow with, and that are going to support you and each other. That's all I wanted to share today. If you guys found any of this helpful, let me know in the comments section. And also let me know, what are some other ways that you have overcome imposter syndrome in the past? I'm really curious about what people have to say, and especially since I haven't figured it out yet. So that's it. Have a wonderful rest of your week.